Hey guys, it's Rob here. Today we go over another location that had the first stage of its kind, that being White Settlement, Texas. This was the first location to house a two-stage, but it's also unique for other reasons as well. We'll get into that later though. For now, I want to thank Smokey Joe Productions for being the original requester of this location, and also thank these other people for also requesting this location. As usual, I've gathered information from multiple different sources, which I'll be linking in the description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, as in the next video we'll be revisiting an iconic location that had some major updates. Anyways, let's get into the history of Showbiz Pizza Place and Chuck E. Cheese in White Settlement, Texas. 7750 Scott Street location opened on December 29th, 1982 as a Showbiz Pizza Place, opening with the classic Rock-afire explosion stage. There's an opening ad that tells us that the location might have had 60 games, though the way it's worded here as 60 new games make this hard to confirm. Aside from that, we don't have any photos or videos of this location during this time, though the location would close in 1985, with the reason for closure being unknown. We don't know for sure what happened to the location for the next couple of years, though it presumably would have stayed vacant, as on August 6, 1987, the location would reopen with the 1986 remodel, now being renamed to Showbiz Pizza, painting the walls white, adding color checkers, and getting decor such as these parody posters. The most important change came to the stage, as they would replace the Rock-afire explosion with the Rocker Stage, being one of a few locations to have a Rocker Stage with the Showbiz Pizza name, and also one of the first to have the Rocker Stage. It may have also been the White Settlement location which first had these windows on the showroom walls when they received the 1986 remodel, as before this, the showroom walls didn't have these. It's mentioned that White Settlement would be used as a prototype store for this, so it would make sense for this to be the case. Our first look at the store comes from 1987 footage, where we only get footage of the showroom, showing off the stage and the bots, where we see them being in great shape, with no issues I can see here. White Settlement stage would be used in multiple show dates from 1988, which is very unique. As a result of this, it of course is in great shape in these show tapes, with no issues I can see here. This isn't the only thing the story was used for, though. There's also footage of the store from a pizza making training video, where we get a look at their kitchen, though nothing else, and a mascot training video, which is the exact opposite, showing off most of the store with its 1986 remodel, and also showing off the center portion of the stage, where the bots don't move much here, likely due to the programming being lackluster for this specific performance. The 1991 photo gives us a look at the exterior, with the Showbiz Pizza logo being slapped onto a rectangle with family and fun being on the sides. Really, the most unique aspect about this exterior is the fact that the logo is located inside a rectangular shape, rather than its usual shape. We have a few photos prior to 1993 which give us a look at the showroom, such as this one that not only seems to have a remnant of the Rock-afire stage, that being the speaker wall, but also this backdrop of a cloudy meadow, which is not something I've seen paired with these stages before, and I'm not sure if it's just me not noticing it, or if this is a unique thing. The other two photos show off more of the stage, and this one shows us their Chuck walk around with the late 80s to early 90s head in full derby attire. In February of 1992, this location would likely become the first location to receive the two stage, replacing the Walker stage. I say likely because it's not actually confirmed if it is, as the Windsor Cross location in San Antonio may have been the actual first. There's pieces of evidence to suggest that White Settlement was the first, though, such as having a road stage organ plus being a Dallas-Fort Worth area store, which had other locations that also had firsts of stages, such as the first Rocker stage and the first 3 stage. Anyways, this led the stage to having a few unique features, so let's go over those. The main difference is that the stage was actually divided into two separate stages, with the only thing connecting them being the TV. Paneling around the bottom of the stage is also different, being fully brown instead of white, which matched the beadboard wainscoting around the store. Munch also had a road stage organ instead of his regular organ. Jasper's also on a can here, similar to the 3-stage one, instead of a speaker. Finally, the light with Chuck's name on is different to the later one, with this one being fully black. There's other differences, such as the buildings being different from the finalized version, plus the characters being farther apart than they normally would be, but those are the major differences. 1992 footage gives us a look at the showroom, where we get to see the 2-stage, which looks to be in good shape, but the only issues I can see here being Chuck's arms not moving much for some reason. He's in full tux attire here, and Helen now has her CU attire and mask, of course. Interestingly enough, both Munch and Pasquale have their body turns, and Munch has his original arm mix here instead of the newer ones. You also get to see their Chuck walk around again, having the same headstyle as before, but now in full tux attire. Between 1994 and 1995, the store would receive the Operation Thumbchuck remodel, receiving a Thumbchuck exterior, which I'll show off later, newer decor to replace the older decor, and would probably receive the Sky Crawl, the predecessor to the Sky Tubes. 1995 footage takes place in the showroom again, where the stage still seems to be in good shape, with no issues I can see here. We also get to see the Sky Crawl in the back, alongside a bit of the CD award posters, plus their walk around, which seems to be the same style head with a red derby and blue and white tracksuit. In 2004, this location would receive a slight update to the exterior, adding the Kolchak reconfiguration exterior checkers to the exterior behind the Thumbchuck logo. This photo here shows it off, alongside the red and yellow awnings. In 2005, the location will receive the 2005 update to the Cool Check reconfiguration, changing the exterior to an Avenger Check exterior, replacing most of the decor with a newer decor, though keeping the city award posters, which you'll see later, tearing down the showroom walls and balcony seating, and painting some of the walls purple. A shot from Google Maps in September of 2007 gives us a look at the new exterior, albeit a blurry one, as is the case with these early shots. Footage from 2009 gives us a look at the store, with the new additions such as the purple walls and the lack of showroom walls and balcony seating, plus some of the decor in the showroom, such as this Warhol piece inside of a frame, and the CD award posters, with the Saturday Night Retriever poster having larger CDs. We also get to see the stage here, which has definitely declined in shape, as Jasper and Pasquale's arms seem to be lower to their pants, with them not moving. I'll also point out here that Chuck now has full Chuck attire here, including the cap. Their walk around here is the Avenger Chuck one. Between the late 2000s and early 2010s, the dim lighting would be replaced with fluorescent lighting, and additional decor would also be removed. 2012 footage shows off a bit more of the decor, where we could see more of their roll halls, also in frames like the one in the showroom, and their Avenger Check walk around again. We don't get more footage of the bots until 2015, where the bots look to not be in too great of shape, with multiple movements out across the whole show. Chuck now has an Avenger shirt on, and no longer sports a cap of any kind. 2016 footage shows the stage to not be in any better shape, with one of Munch's eyelids looking quite messed up, and multiple movements being out across the whole show. I should also mention here that this is when I noticed that Jesper had a banjo instead of his usual cheese guitar, which is not something I usually see on these Cyberamic shows, at least not the modern ones. 2018 footage shows the stage to be in even worse shape, with many movements being out across the whole show, and not a whole lot of movement being seen here. Chuck also had received the Rockstar pants by this point. In 2019, the first day of ChuckyCon would be hosted at this location, and footage from that first day shows off their stage again, which is pretty much in the same shape as before. You also see a Rockstar walk around here, of which I'm unsure if it's the store's or someone else's due to this being a fan event. On June 25th, 2020, the location would close as a result of the company's bankruptcy causing a wave of location closures, of which this location was included. The latest footage I could find of this location before closure comes from January of 2020, where we see the bots in Christmas attire, though barely get to see them perform, so I can't really judge their condition. After its closure, the location would remain abandoned for a few years, with 2021 footage showing that vandals had wrecked the place, leaving trash everywhere and leaving leftover machines on their sides. In early 2022, the building would be turned into a place called Freedom Plasma, which is a blood donation center. As of December of 2024, the location remains like this. As for both sets of bots, it's unknown what happened to the Rockfire explosion, and for the two stage, it would be destroyed, with these photos proving such. In conclusion, White Settlement ended up being more unique than I thought, as it not only was the likely home to the first two stage, but its stage was even used to record 1988 show tapes, which is very cool to see. Add on to the fact that it's a former Showbiz pizza place, and even kept the name when they received the rocker stage, and you get yourself quite the unique location. Overall, this location was a nice one to go over. Thank you guys for watching this video. The fact that this location stage was used in any official show tapes was quite the surprise to me, and really did add on to this location's uniqueness. My next video is going to be an update video, going over the first Monfort location in Dallas, Texas, as we now know it was home to what is likely the only CEO prototype stage to ever be installed. If you're interested in seeing that, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you're notified when it drops. God bless, and I hope you all have a blessed day.